It's time for Weather Center now at the Weather Channel. Well, across the eastern U.S., we got some rain, and Pacific Northwest, we have rain too, and a bit of snow at some of the higher elevations. Look at this. Here comes our front, and with it, a lot of wind too. Look at these things. These lines connect places that have equal pressure. They're called isobars. For example, they are in the southern parts of Oregon, like through Medford and then on to the northern parts. If you're along that line, where that line is, the barometer will read the same here as it would here. What does that mean when the isobars are close together? What that means is the pressure falls off as winds blow high to low. The closer you get to low pressure, as the pressure falls off fast, the isobars are pretty tight. That means you're dealing with a lot of wind. It means you're feeling that if you're out around the shore tonight, or even out around many places inland where the wind has been quite incredible. The storm's pretty well wound up. The area of low pressure continues to spin, still cranking it up here. As it pushes in, we can expect more rain and more wind. Now, the good thing is things are getting a little bit quieter, like around Siskiyou County, where we had incredible winds the last few days. They've become a little more relaxed, just a little bit quieter. How much so? Well, look at some of this. Cannon Beach, we're talking going back in history here since Tuesday. 111 miles. Can you imagine on E-charts there at 106? Amazing. We're talking in these areas, with some of those places they're indicated, many well over hurricane strength. A little bit under hurricane strength, but still strong nonetheless. Gold Beach and even around Astoria. Wow, how about that wind? Well, the wind could still be a problem tonight. Now, not probably in the 100-mile-per-hour category, but wet nonetheless and windy. From Point Arena northward toward Florence, Oregon here, do expect conditions maybe in the gale force category, which means winds, as you can tell from the legend there, in the 39 to 54-mile-an-hour category. That's still pretty strong if you have coastal interest or you yourself are out there by the water. You need to know this is the kind of wind you'll be experiencing also Cape Shoalwater northward toward Cape Flattery. That's one effect, just the wind. Also, along the water, the heavy surf, the pounding surf can have a major effect too. Cape Flattery southward, down towards Santa Cruz Island, anywhere through here on Point Conception northward, the heavy surf may be taking a toll too, and some coastal interest here. If you have, an example of business around the water, may encounter more problems from the pounding surf in these regions as well. Windy travel, pretty much not a problem for the Northeast and most of the country, but in the western U.S., places such as Wyoming, into Montana, also big chunks of Oregon, along the coast of it in northern California, too. Where you see places here in that dark blue shading indicates winds in excess of 50 miles per hour. Here's some of the rainfall totals just the last few days. Brookings, Arcata, Quileute. Wow, even just in the last 36 hours, Astoria over 5 inches. Many heavy amounts, even for Portland. Here's our rain tonight. It really hasn't moved much. We've been dealing with rain around Seattle and Portland and portions of northern California. That's one effect that will continue. Snowfall, some elevations in the 3 to 6 inch range. We see that darker pink parts of Oregon and Washington. How we do for temps? Well, 62 for Portland. Around the Bay, 59. Even LA at 74 for the day. Cooling. Nice night outside, about 55. We'll see a good day coming up, too. Toward Yakima, temps there 51. 44 to Stockton. Nice around Monterey. For the South and Southern California, good night for a walk. How about the quakes? Well, into Southern California, a couple of spots here with some minor quakes. A 2.7 around Banning and a 2.7 also around Fraser Park. Further north around Coso Junction, we did see a 2.9 into Alaska. Well, nothing reported for Washington or Oregon, but on into Alaska, we did see a 2.8. That was around Kantishna, just a bit to the west-southwest of there. Here's where we're going for the morning. That front is making some progress, albeit slow. Might bring maybe a chance of showers as far south of San Francisco. A little better chance North Bay, but scattered, if anything. Not really that big of an effect on that far south, although the rain and the snow will continue in the northwest. 51 toward Long Beach, a bit foggy. Civic Center will start it off okay, too. Looking at a better and brighter day, making some early morning treks out there for somewhere for your plans for the day. A little wet toward Ukiah, could stay that way. Sacramento, maybe San Francisco, a little rain. Further north, Seattle and Portland will start it up wet and stay that way, too. That's the story of the western U.S. Along our front, our lifter, we do have some rain ahead of it. Around the city, we'll eventually get our rain, even toward Hartford and Boston. Pittsburgh, a little showery, but becoming a little more showery with time. The worst of the rain kicking out of our way. In West Virginia, rainy too. Throughout the Carolinas, also we're dealing with a few showers popping up around here as well. Kicking on toward the Raleigh-Durham area. There's a look at the big picture. Showers and snow and some rain, maybe some high elevation snow in upstate New York. That's going to be about it. Overnight lows, have a look at this. You want some warmth? May find it south of our cold front. High pressure, that big dome of stability, making it great for most of the country. Around St. Louis, around Chicago, Indianapolis, Cleveland, too. We'll see a good day, but the northeast could be wet, a bit windy, too. Even some snow for the latter part of the day in parts of upstate. Still showery, windy, and wet and wintry. Heavy amounts of rain here along the coast and maybe potentially still around some areas in the northeast. Here's a quick look at high temperatures. We'll check travel conditions next. Please stay tuned for this.
SUV with enough power to take you anywhere you want to go. And enough space and comfort to make the journey enjoyable. Introducing the all-new V6 Grand Vitara from Suzuki.
Excuse me, is that really a Suzuki? It's very nice.
Visit your local Suzuki dealer for a test drive.
My dad works for International Paper. He makes orange juice cartons so that orange juice can stay fresh longer.
International Paper.